So we're back with The Ugly Sweater. We finished listening to the story. We talked a little bit about how when you have a new character speaking, you have to indent. So let's take a look at these characters a little closer. We're going to talk about this character web here, starting with putting one of the characters in the middle. You really could put any character, but for this one, we're going to start with Ricky. And when you're thinking about characters, you want to think about all the things they say, the actions, the character action, what's the things they do, how they think, that's internal thinking, how they feel, and then what that looks like. So let's talk a little bit about Ricky. So Ricky says that Sophia's sweater is worse than his. He tries to tell Abuela he didn't mean to insult the sweater. What he does is he wonders how he can get out of wearing the ugly sweater, but then he wears it anyway. And his big plan was to try and take it off before Sophia got there, but she was there first, remember? Also, he thinks the sweater Abuela made him is the absolute worst ever. And he feels terrible when Abuela hears him and Sophia talks, and Sophia's talking about the sweaters. And what it looks like is this young boy is wearing a green sweater with a basketball on it. The second part is what the character's actions show about him or her. So when you're reading, it's important to pay attention to the actions of the characters, and you can actually learn a little bit about their relationship with other characters and their personality. And this one says Ricky doesn't like the sweater, but he wears it anyway, and that kind of tells you he really loves his Abuela, right? Abuela made it just for him, and his mom tells him to wear it. So he also feels bad when Abuela overhears him and Sophia making fun of the sweaters. These actions show that Ricky is thoughtful and cares about other people's feelings. So he's actually a pretty thoughtful kid. Over here it says, which sentence from the passage helps to explain why Ricky wears the ugly sweater that Abuela made him? Well, passage is another word for a section of a reading or a story. And the answer is making her happy was worth all of Sophia's teasing. That really tells us why Ricky wants to wear this ugly sweater. And notice these quotation marks around all of these. It says, but everything about it was the worst ever. That doesn't really tell you that. And there was a big basketball patch sewn onto it. That's just telling you what it looked like. That was over here for looks like. All week, I imagined ways to avoid wearing the sweater. That really doesn't tell why he wears it though. The next part says, why does Sophia still have her coat on when Ricky sees her at the party? A says she doesn't want to take it off because she's cold, and we know that's not true, so we can eliminate that one. I'm going to pretend to cross it off. It says B, she is trying to cover the ugly sweater she is wearing. I'm thinking that might be it, right? But I'm still going to read these other ones. C says she doesn't plan on staying at the party for very long. And D says she spilled something on her shirt and doesn't want Ricky to see it. Definitely B, right? She wants to cover the ugly sweater that she's wearing.